back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing some abstract art, and of course I need some canvases, which are actually styrofoam pieces. I also need some paints. I also need a paint palette, a paint easel, and last but not least, a Sharpie and my creativity. So let's get started. Okay, so here are the materials. I just was about to say ingredients. So we need a pencil. We need Sharpie, of course, to do the border. And we need a paint palette to keep all our paints organized. We also need paints, of course, which it can be optional. You can choose any color you like. And last but not least, oh wait, two more things. We just need a canvas. And we also need some paintbrushes. Okay, so step one is to sketch out your design that you want. Since this is abstract art, it can't be really anything detailed like a self-portrait or like ice cream or something. So I suggest stick with shapes. So I'm going to do some tessellation. So currently I am sketching my design, and I'm pretty sure the camera can't really see this, but it has like a few dents of my pattern, and so that's why I'm going to trace it later with a Sharpie. So this pattern is basically random shapes put together, and I don't even know if they have a name for it. So it's basically just a combination of shapes and patterns to fill up the grid. So the next step is to trace your sketch with a permanent marker. I'd say this step is really important so that it can like basically bold out the pattern, can stand out a little bit more. I thought starting in the middle would actually be a bit more easier so that I can work my way down. I think this is a really calming activity because it's very time consuming, but it's also really relaxing at the same time. So I wouldn't recommend styrofoam because it's kind of annoying. But I suggest you to use cardboard because styrofoam actually kind of rips off. So that's why I'd actually recommend using cardboard. So I sort of just made my own idea to make a tessellation. I think that's what I learned at school. But I learned this pattern. I got inspiration from it from Google, so that's why I know this pattern. So I just kind of took inspiration out of Google. So Google is actually a really good place to find art inspiration. So I suggest you should find some art ideas going there. I think it was a very relaxing activity because you could just get to focus on it more and makes you more calmer. Well, that's what it does to me. I like tracing things. Actually, I like the boldness of it, so that's why I suggest you should trace it with a Sharpie. Okay, so here's how it looks like after it's been traced, but it's not done yet. Here's the last step. So basically, you just paint like all the shapes in your pattern. So I'm going to fill up the paint palette with some colors so that I have a large variety of colors to use for my paints. So, wow, these tubs kind of remind me of toothpaste. Don't know why. I don't know when I would use brown. It reminds me of poop. Wow, it's so satisfying to squeeze out paint. Well, it has like a really smooth texture, and it actually reminds me of toothpaste like a lot. Like imagine if you just messed up with the paint tubes and also the toothpaste, and then after that you'd be brushing with paint tubes. That'd be disgusting. Okay, here comes the scary part. Okay, so I'm going to start painting on it. I'm going to be going really carefully. Like you do not want to rush this process because the paint actually might touch the Sharpie. So I suggest you should paint it really carefully. Like I'm trying my best here. So this is actually the variety of colors. I'm going to try to use as many colors as I can so that I can fill up my pattern. By the way, it's looking really good. Like, I thought it would be messier, but I'm actually really happy with this. Like, seeing these first two, I think I can be really neat on this. So I need it to be neat because I'm a messy painter, and I actually, this is my first time doing painting. Well, it's actually the third time I'm doing painting because of the self-portraits over there. Now this is actually going well as planned because I think it's as neat as possible I can do, and it's actually really nice and relaxing, by the way, so it's making me feel a lot better. So it's actually going really good, but this part is actually concerning me because it is overlapping at the border, but it's fine because once it's dry, I'm just going to retouch the Sharpie. So moving on to the next color, which is blue, and they're actually all really dark. So I like the setting. I think actually styrofoam is really good because it doesn't require a lot of coats to thicken, and also I think that you should go really carefully and slowly because neatness is key. Like, if you're not a perfectionist, even though you still gotta keep it perfect and neat, that's what it makes it look good to the eyes. You know, just make it a bit more flattering. Just go carefully and slowly and try not to rush it. That's my tips. Color, I'm going to move on to maroon. That works really hard, which people easily mistake as red. It's due to the water. I think maroon is actually getting a little lighter, so not bad. This is basically the lighter red. It reminds me of a lipstick color. I think it's gonna really turn really good. Just be creative. Do whatever you want. It's abstract art. Use your imagination. If you want more tutorials, comment down below what type of tutorials should I give you. Okay, so this is the next color, and it's dark blue. Actually, it reminds me of like the stars and galaxy. If I didn't know I was doing it and I'd be using this color, I probably think I'm doing a project about space. It really resembles space. It actually looks like the galaxy. I think that if I went to space, this is probably the color I think it would be like. Just a bit darker though. It's almost about halfway done, I would say. I'm just retouching more on the green so that it would be more, well, just to give the colors in, to let them shine.
moments later.
So this is my current progress, and I think I'm almost done here because there's just like a little bit of gaps to fill in. So I'm super excited to see the finished product. So I just gotta keep on pushing harder, and then I'll be done. This color reminds me of the mustard color. Well, this color reminds me of poop, which I do not like that thought really much. Extra glossy. I'm going to experiment by mixing a few colors. So I'm just gonna mix this mustard, yellow, brownish, and the yellow. Do you think it looks different? I don't think so. Maybe I should add a bit more yellow. I think this is just gonna make it a little bit more lighter. Oh! So if you want to know my progress, all I have to do is just color in or paint in 4 more shapes. So this is really getting exciting after 2 hours of work. 2 hours? Maybe 1 hour. 1 hour probably. So I'm just going to put some brown in this lonely spot over here. That was too much. But it's fine. There's something about this brown paint that just makes it too glossy. But it really looks like reflected on the light. Kind of looks like a mirror. Like if it's almost see-through, you could probably see through it. It looks like it's a really concerning color for a glossy color. Looks so satisfying. So I'm thinking of using this color for the last one because I'm going to leave this blank for a mystery. I'm going to use some of this space blue, just a little bit of it. I don't know why paint's so satisfying. Like that's like one of the things that I like about paints. It just looks like so relaxing. So here are my 2 finished products, and one has been left to dry overnight, so it is dry to touch. And the other one I've just finished, so I think it needs to be left to dry overnight. So what I think is interesting about these paintings is that I like the bold colors to them because they both have they pop up a lot, and also I like the patterns to them, so that's what I find interesting about these paintings. And my tips for you is that all these paintings require just patience and a variety of colors. That's what you need to make these paintings. I also suggest that you should dry these paintings overnight because overnight is a long time. Anyways, thank you for watching this video and I hope you enjoyed it. See you next Friday. Bye!